I served as president of the San Diego County Bar in 1990 and learned a little bit about state bar politics during that time. However, I was indoctrinated in the mid-70s with state bar politics, having worked as a law clerk and investigator for David Casey Sr. David Casey Sr. was the state bar president. I think the last state bar president, well, let's see, he served in 1975. And I was a law clerk in David Casey's office in 1975 while he was state bar president. I learned a little bit about how it worked, learned a little bit about the politics and the political game from David Casey Sr. And that piqued my interest initially. My involvement with the county bar was a little bit different. I befriended many individuals here. Once I became a member, I got involved in Bridging the Gap and used the friends that I met as a kind of a stepping stone to run for the board of directors of the county bar, which was in mid-1980s. I really can't speak to why there hasn't been that many presidents. There have been many, many, many well-qualified individuals, and I think it's just the nature of our practice in the community that have led people to get involved with the state bar. But as far as state bar politics, very few of those individuals who have served on the Board of Governors have run for state bar president. It's not that they have run and lost, it's that many of them have decided that that wasn't something they wanted to do. It's quite a commitment. My memories of two are completely different. I'm remiss in my memories of both. I served in 1989, the year we bought, I served as president of the San Diego County Bar Association in 1989, the year we bought this building, the building that we're in now, and I'm very proud of that accomplishment. But what seems to permeate my memory from that year was the loss of Dan Broderick, who served as president 2 years before I did. And when I think back of the year and I think about the building and what the board went through to buy the building, intertwined with that wonderful memory is a very sad one with the loss of Dan Broderick. With the state bar, I had an agenda when I was elected state bar president that I wanted to fulfill, and it dealt with lawyers and special education issues and pro bono work. And during my tenure, about a month after my election and being sworn in the state bar president, our governor at the time, Pete Wilson, decided to veto the state bar funding bill, which caused a financial crisis the worst in the state bar's history. So the year that I was really looking forward to serving and going around and visiting with the bar associations changed dramatically. I found myself about 13 months in Sacramento trying to fashion out some sort of funding measure for the state bar, which I was unsuccessful in doing, which caused a number of dozens and dozens and dozens of people to lose their job at the state bar level. I think it was interesting. I made a lot of good friends. I think the experience, despite the crisis, was one that was character building for me personally. I didn't get to fulfill a lot of the things that I wanted to do, and I've always thought of becoming more involved or getting involved again with the state bar. I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but I've thought about it because I don't feel quite like I accomplished what I wanted to during my final year at the state bar. My uncle, Harry Adelman, was kind of the Don Corleone of our family. He was a lawyer, role model. He was my dad's older brother. My dad came from a big family, and he was the kind of the head of the household, and he was a lawyer, and he kind of shaped myself and my brother in that direction as well. There's been so many role models that I've looked up to over the years. I always, again, think of David Casey Sr., George McClenahan, Tony Mornian, Judge Yale, as just Judge Harrelson. I could go on and on at the number of people that were influential in my life. My practices, for the most part, stayed the same in 28 years. I just run a small ma and pa type of a sole practice, and I handle various kinds of litigation, insurance, business, tort, and estate litigation. Well, I'll tell them you need to be persistent, and you need to understand the tidal wave of success and not having success. You don't win all your cases, and you need to kind of go into the practice understanding that it's a learning experience. I felt that I was a rookie for about the 15 years of practice. I still run into situations every day where I feel like I'm right back where I started from, and I have to reacquaint myself with issues. I tell the young lawyers, look, to be patient with your practice. Be persistent with your practice. Depend on your reputation and don't do anything to impinge on your reputation. Befriend as many lawyers as you can. You'll find that the source of your work is going to come from other lawyers and not so much family members or referrals, but it's going to come from the legal community. I insist, and I as aggressively as I can, suggest to them that they get involved with the Bar Association, join sections and committees, and get to meet the individuals who they aspire to be like. I think the San Diego County Bar is a wonderful institution. It's certainly made my practice. I think I attribute whatever success people may say I've accomplished to my membership here, my friendships that I've made with other individuals, and what I've learned from members of the bench and the bar.